Welcome, everybody, to Pivot Point of View with Becky Pearson. I'm joined by my very good friend, Sonya Walz, and we decided, since I brought a mare up here to breed to their wonderful stud, I'm a firefighter, that we would take this opportunity to do a podcast. So thank you, Sonya.
Welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so let's start by talking about your great stud.
Well, he's the man.
He is the man.
It's like a parent, you're always like partial. Everybody thinks theirs is the best, but yeah. My favorite is I'm a firefighter and we call him Backdraft. My sister actually came up with the name because we were trying to come up with something to do with fire.
Right.
And he's 21, so I've had him forever. My husband will tell people that I love him more than Jim, and that's not true. It's just a different
second.
different kind of love. But he's my world. Like I every day, every time I walk in, I still get goosebumps. Like every time. Like he just is it.
He is amazing. Like with the, and we didn't talk about this, so if you don't know numbers, that's fine. But like number of colts that he has had a ton of winners. I would think like the percentage of his foals.
And I couldn't tell you the total, but like he's, I don't know, I kind of feel like he's always been underrated just because we haven't put him in like big, huge incentive programs. We did, used to advertise a lot, and now life is so crazy busy that I've kind of just been like, I want to raise good horses for my family and promote them a little bit. And so like there's not thousands out there, but there are so many winners. And in barrels, poles, goats, now the breakaway, big time breakaway, roping, like kids, pros, everything. Like they're user friendly and he's very versatile. And we did it all on him too before he got hurt. So, and that was before, we even knew half the stuff we know now. So he did it all.
So if you don't know, you must be living under a rock in the rodeo world. But Sonya and Jim are the parents to Kieley and Kinsey. And Kieley's been lighting up the rodeo arena in the breakaway roping. Well, in a lot of events, but she won the National High School Rodeo Championship last summer in Gillette, Wyoming.
Yeah.
She has won the WCRA World Championship.
Yep, she's the WCRA World Champion in the Challenger standings. Like right after we went to high school finals, she took her futurity breakaway horse and we went to Rock Springs to the Royal Crown, and I can't remember how much she won out there, but that was her first time really competing with the big girls. Like we showed up out there, and Martha Angeloni's out there, and Beaujolais and all, the big names, and she just flat out held her own. And she still does.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you, because, I think as parents, when we have our kids go to the arena, it's hard for us not to put pressure on them. And it's hard, I think, sometimes, like, how do we help them with their mental game? And obviously you and Jim have done very well with helping your girls with the mental game. And so that's one of the things that I would love to talk about today. So
so I'd like to claim like that I've done it. But like both my kids are just solid, and like we help, we practice. Like I'm really big into, let's do this, and they're kids, so there's days we have to be like, no, seriously. You gotta go out and do this. But most days it's because that's what they want to do. And the opportunities that they have, and we're very fortunate that I can give my kids that. I work from home and we raise the horses, so I don't have to be gone 8 to 5 every day. Jim sells crop insurance, so he's here. So we're here, and I think that's, that helps too, because we're not gone. Okay, we're gone all the time, but we're not gone working all the
time. You're gone with them.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And like, I don't know what it is about Kieley, but like she walks into those spots, and I don't want to say glazed over because she's focused, but like you can just see her, like it's just like game on, and like we try really hard to do the best mental prep, I guess. Like for example, nationals, Kieley was involved in it, and between Jim, Kieley, and I, every single calf was wrote down. Every performance, Jim and Kieley were back behind the chutes, except for two. Two of them she watched in the stands with her friends. but she still wrote them down. But
Mhm.
every other one, she was behind there, wrote them all down. I was in the stands writing from beside. I mean, we had meticulous notes
Mhm.
on every single thing so that like her second round calf, for example, we knew he made a hard right.
Mhm.
And honestly, I told her to safety up. Like she won the first round, and I was like, Kylie, just take a swing over him. He's gonna come back right, wait him out, set yourself up.
Mhm.
And she didn't listen. You know,
Dang
like
kids.
did
Dang
not.
kids wanted to win the world
Yeah.
championship.
Somebody goes, how does she do that? And I go, she doesn't listen. Because she's like, Mom, I was there and I knew he was gonna beat me across. And
Mhm.
Kylie's known for that reach shot. I mean, she can throw so much rope
Yeah.
and like nerves of steel,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so we had like I think that helped because had we not known he was gonna do that, it would have been might have got the best of her.
Right.
And you could go pay for your runs. I think it was $10. You go watch it run. So I could see that Becky Pearson drew this calf and you go watch it. And that's what a lot of them would do. They'd say, well, why are you taking notes? You can just go watch the calf run. But when you have the notes and the video and the notes and the notes and the notes,
Right.
It just helped a lot,
Right.
And
she
then
did her homework so she felt confident
right.
when she backed in the box. There was no doubt in her mind. I mean, obviously she's a talented roper. She did her homework. So the confidence level is going to
right. Yeah, it just helps. And like we were obviously like, oh God, how cool would this be if she could win this?
Yeah.
Like, and you're capable because every kid there is capable of it, and it has to fall into place and it has to work. But like before every run Kylie makes, I'm always like, I don't care if we fall off.
Right.
Like truly, I don't care.
Yeah.
Go out and do your very best. Like, I hope you win the whole thing, but if you don't,
it's okay.
It's okay.
I still love you.
It's okay. And in Kylie's interview before short round, they said, are you going to just go make a solid run? And she's like, no, this is nationals. Like all or nothing. I'm here to win it. So, and that's what she did.
Yeah.
It was so cool. And even now, at the thing she's at, like I send her a text, like, when we were in Texas, at Corpus Christi and the Kid Rock and the WCRA, like we talk, we make our plan, and Jim had to stay home. So, but he watched every run he could. Like he has notes at home, and he records them all. And at Corpus, I just sat behind the box. And I just recorded every run because, well, I couldn't find my pin the first day. I dropped it somewhere, so I was like, I'm just gonna record them, And so she just kind of knows what they're gonna do, and I just before she goes in, I send her text. I'm like, how's it going? And do you need me down there? And she's like, no, I got this, which makes me proud, but kind of like, you don't need me, but she, I just sat there, but I send her a text every time. I'm like, take a breath, big breath, good luck, love you,
Yeah.
And she just did.
Yeah. Well, and you, people might also recognize the name because you do write for, which magazine? Today's Horse. And you actually wrote an article about the mental, like, not like when you get to a big stage, how do you not choke, basically, you know? And do you want to paraphrase, give kind of a synopsis about it? Because I thought it was a great article.
I think it was called Exit Strategy. I think that, I wrote a bunch of them because once in a while I just get this wild idea, and so I just start writing. And the one that was Exit Strategy was kind of like when you leave the arena, what person are you? If things go wrong, are you the temper tantrum? Are you the blame it on your horse? Are you the blame it on yourself? Are you the come back and can learn from it? And so I think that is a big point because and that one I used a picture of Kinsey. So Kinsey was at junior high nationals, and she ran over the pole. I mean, like, yeah,
and just bump it over.
She was trying, and like she wasn't phased. She was like, and then before the second round, I said, what do you want to do? Do you want to make a safe run and just, you're not going to make short round. Do you want to just go make a, good solid run, or do you want to go for it? Whatever you want to do. And Kinsey said, I'm going to go for it. I'm like, all right, then when you walk out of that arena, if you hit every pole or no poles, it better be because you were going for it, whether or not you hit it. And she did. She hit a pole. She whipped down, and the horse Kieley won nationals on. Actually, she was on Bella, and Bella hit like the middle pole maybe. And like I really was like that mom heart broke. Like, oh, she's gonna feel bad. you know, just that
Mhm.
you want them to do good.
Yeah.
And like Kinsey walked out of the arena petting her, and I didn't see it because I was where I couldn't get there in time. But
Right.
somebody else said Kinsey walked out and gave Bella a hug and said, "I'm sorry, Bella. I
Oh.
didn't ride you right." Like in
Oh.
his, you know, like she didn't win,
Right.
but she didn't throw a fit.
Yeah.
Like she
And
wanted to win,
yeah.
but she didn't. And
She wasn't yanking, spurring,
yeah,
mad at the horse. And sometimes I think kids think, you know, like maybe they watch other people do that when they leave the arena. And so they think that they should show their disappointment by thumping on their horse. But
like they don't want to accept responsibility.
yes.
Instead of like, well, I really messed up, they're trying to make it obvious that
Mhm.
they didn't. That must have been the horse's fault.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
to jump ahead, Kieley at the WCRA finals in Fort Worth. I don't even remember which one it was, but it was on TV. You know, people called me, it's like, is Bella hurt? Because Bella shorted her. And like,
Oh.
I'm sure you saw the run. Like, I don't know how Kieley made it. She just reached out there, you know, and Bella kind of gave her the left. And then, you know, when she trotted off, she was kind of like funny in the back end. And I even thought, oh my God, is Bella hurt?
Right.
And so I called Kieley and I'm like, Bella okay? She's like, oh yeah, I just had my left spur in her pretty hard because she went left. But she goes, I was trying to be like, you know,
yeah, get over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's like, no, that was just my spur. Like, you know, because she's like, she almost got me. You know. So I mean, it's in there, everybody. Like, you know, even in I mean, heck, she did good, you know, but there's still that little, but I truly think Bella did kind of deserve that little bit of left spur there because she really did. You know,
you guys had a lot of runs in a row because you left the high school rodeo to go to Texas, and so
so we had 2 runs at Burwell, and then drove to Texas. She had 3 runs at Corpus Christi, maybe 4 runs at Women's Fort. I guess these was a lot of runs, and then you know the Kid Rock runs, and
without being able to go and score and keep them honest.
After the one where she got short, we were staying at Andre Pueblo's place, Andrea, and I did call him like, did you say you know some calf ropers around here? And he's like, yeah, and he's the nicest man in the whole world. I just love him, and his whole family's cool. And I'm like, we need to run some calves. And I mean, it wasn't 5 minutes, and he's like, I got a place, and it was actually Roy Cooper's place, and he wasn't there, but we hauled straight there. They were like, yeah, and there was, I can't remember the guy's name, but a couple Brazilian guys that are friends with him and that train horses there, and they're like, what do you need?
Oh, cool.
And I'm like, she needs to score about 3 and she needs to track about 3.
Right.
And they were like, the rodeo family's great.
Right.
You know, and she didn't thump on her horse. Like the first one, you know, Bella was a little, and she kicked her up in there, but it wasn't mean. It wasn't, it was truly like, we've had how many 2-second runs? Bella pay attention. You know, then she scored some, she roped one fast, then she tracked one down, and then she was like,
I'm good.
We're good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so like, we did go have a little tip session, but it was a very professional, like, you know, not a temper tantrum. And I think so many, I don't want to sound holier than thou, but so many parents and so many kids, I don't know if we're G-rated or not here, but so many kids lose their shit, you know? And it's very frustrating to me, you know, because I feel like I see so much potential in so many kids. And I think if somebody could teach them, I don't want to say manners, self-control, or to see like the bigger picture. I think there's so much potential in so many other kids.
I think there's so many parents that put their identity in how well their kids do.
Oh, I agree.
And that's where they get the pressure and the like, and I mean, I have to admit, like, my kids were in the peewees, and if they didn't get the pattern right, you know, or like Emma, our oldest one, she just loved to just lope this really pretty little pattern. And I remember, this is an epic mom fail for myself, is I remember saying to Emma one day at, I think it was our county fair, or it was some little stupid jackpot. Didn't even mean anything. And I remember saying, well, I guess when you get tired of getting beat, you'll go faster. And I thought, as soon as those words come out of my mouth, I'm like, Becky, you idiot. Like, don't say that to your kid. You know, like, I felt terrible for saying that, you know, because you love them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Oh
teary.
no, trust me, I get teary. I'd like to say I've never done that,
Mhm.
but I have. Like,
Mhm.
Kieley ropes so good, and then we after the Kid Rock thing, I'm like, if we stay down here, we can stop at the Royal Crown, and we got two Royal Crown horses because she took
Mhm.
her young one, with her
Right.
just in case. I'm like,
Right.
we could rope there, you could enter all these things, and she
Yeah.
goes, Mom, I really need some high school points. So like we drive all the way back to make it to a high school rodeo.
Mhm.
And like I know she was like, there's more pressure here. She's like, everybody knows I just did good. She's like,
Yeah.
and even me sitting there in the stands, or
Yeah.
I guess in the lawn chair,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I hope she catches because she's just done so good. And,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and like truly high school doesn't really matter anymore. But
Right.
but the mom fail thing, like Valentine, Kylie missed. And and
Yeah. So how do you guys handle that? Like
well,
that's I mean, I'm
so
not saying it's a perfect handle, but
no,
yeah.
and like like she wants to make nationals again, but we've missed a lot of rodeos because of
Mhm.
our other things. And
Mhm.
I know it, like it's a cool goal to try to do
Yeah.
it again. And
Yeah.
like, we can jump ahead a little bit. And I feel like Kylie feels like in her back row brain, she's got a few things to prove to some people.
Yeah.
And, like she takes this start and I'm like, I see her miss and I'm like, well, she broke out anyway. And then they like pick up the thing. I'm like, oh, she's out. And
Oh.
like
Mhm.
you can't catch everyone.
Yeah.
But truly later I'm at the concession stand getting, and my little niece is with me and
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
And Kylie walks up and I go, "Oh, what the hell was that?" And like not mean, but just kind of like, I mean, like, sorry,
Yeah.
because it was just
Yeah.
like, "What?" And she goes, "Oh." I'm like, just throwing it out there. Like, sorry to sound rude, but it was, because like sometimes your
Right.
calf ducks left, like Atkinson,
Yeah.
her calf went left, and she sped up her swing, and so she missed it. But the one in Valentine was just missed.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I feel like she's done good enough now where it doesn't matter anymore.
No,
And
it
like
doesn't.
we'll talk about it,
Mhm.
like what happened. And that one
Mhm.
was just truly, she's like, I don't know, I just, but like
Mhm.
Atkinson, we go back and we talk about it, and she'll go back and rope the dummy and try to fix what she did.
Right.
But I think we're just past the point of we don't get mad.
Yeah.
Like if they're slacking, yes, like
If they aren't trying.
Kinsey's struggling in the barrels, her horse has been hurt, so
Mhm.
she's not doing as good as I know
Mhm.
Kinsey can, because
Mhm.
Kinsey is so dedicated,
Mhm.
and
Both of your girls
yeah,
are,
and it
they're
breaks my
fun,
heart that
fun.
she's
fun.
not
Yeah.
accomplishing what she can because we're struggling with the horse situation.
Mhm.
But at the same time, if she, she ran the head horse in the barrels and it was wild.
Mhm.
And Kinsey's the same way. She's like, Mom,
Mhm.
I can't make nationals. I'm just gonna run Rumble. It's fine.
Yeah.
So like I feel like my kids see the bigger picture because of all the things they've been through
Yeah.
and seen.
Well, and so the one article that I was thinking of was like when you wrote about the opportunities that you've given your kids, like they've roped at really big things.
Yeah.
So they're at a roping with Jackie Crawford. They're there with Shelby.
Kylie's idol.
Yeah, yeah. So they're around those people all the time, so that, yeah, probably the first time she went to a roping that they were there, she probably got really nervous.
Right.
But she's at those ropings all the time now, and they see her as a peer. And so her confidence level and the familiarity with those women, so it doesn't blow her mind when she's entered against them now.
So like I'll say to her though, like, so do you talk to those guys? And she'll go, no. And I'm like, why? Oh, it's, so there's still that,
There's still,
they're here.
yeah.
And but everybody's super nice to her, and like at Corpus, Kit or Kieley and Jackie Crawford tied in the short round for fourth and fifth. And the way they were taking the Kid Rock was the highest two placings. But Martha Angelone and Jordan Hollabaugh, they had already been drafted, so I don't want to say they didn't count, but they didn't count. Right. And then the Mary Beth girl, she placed higher than Kieley and Jackie, so she got the first Kid Rock spot. And then it was between Kieley and Jackie, so they tied. So everybody's trying to figure out which one gets it. Like there's nothing in the Kid Rock Rodeo rules that say if there's a tie, who gets it, And Kylie went to put Bella back. And so Jackie and I were in the office just waiting, trying to figure it out, because Jackie had the faster time in the 2 rounds before. But Kylie was faster in the aggregates. We're like, who's gonna get it, And Jackie, and she's a very nice lady. And she said, I will tell you right now, she says, your daughter ropes good enough, she's gonna have a target on her back. She's like, and she said it very nice, like it wasn't mean at all. Like this,
just no,
it's coming.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, trust me, it's already been here, and she's like, well, then she'll be ready for it. Like, I think she was trying to just prepare Kylie to make sure she could keep that edge.
Right.
And then they came and said, because Kylie's aggregate was higher, she got the spot. And so they were walking, Jackie and I were walking out, but Jackie was in front of me, and Kylie came in, and I saw Jackie give Kylie a hug, and they conversed, and then I said to Kylie later, what'd she say? And she just told me, you got the spot, good job. So then at Fort Worth, Kylie and I are sitting in this restaurant, and Jackie and Daniel Lohman walk by, and Jackie goes, "That girl kicked my ass at Corpus." And then when I hugged her and told her good job, she told me she was sorry. And I go, "You did?" And Kylie goes, "Oh, yeah." And Jack, they're, and again, Jack said it so nicely, but Kylie was like, felt bad that she beat her, but they're all so nice to her. And, and Kylie thinks they're all great, but Kylie's main person is Shelby. Like, yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
And Shelby texted Kylie after, the Kid Rock thing. Like, it was what, 12:30 at night, and Kylie got a text from Shelby that says, "You're my hero."
Oh,
and of all the things Kylie's ever won or achieved, like, that was the most emotional I've seen her. She was just like, "What do I say?" I'm like, "Say thank you." She's like, "But that seems weird." Like, so for Shelby to send her a text,
pretty cool.
was cool. But back to like competing big, even Kinsey, the big barrel things we go to, they know everybody. And so if Kinsey gets beat at the high school rodeo, I don't want to say she doesn't care, because the high school rodeo is tough. Like,
It is.
the horses that are winning right now in the barrels, they could go in anywhere. So I don't mean that bad at all, because Kinsey's getting beat right now. But it doesn't affect her self-confidence, because she knows right now her horse isn't 100%. So you could go put Kinsey up against those girls, and I really think Kinsey would come right down the alley with all of them.
Yeah.
Because I think it's the hauling and the, and we enter them.
Yeah.
Even at the breakaways, like, Kinsey wasn't roping as good as Kylie. Kinsey is not going to win as much as Kylie, but we enter her every single time, because she starts learning how to compete and how to handle the pressure. And I think and I know a lot of parents financially can't do that, so I get that. But if you take Emma to every barrel race you can go to, even if she's not winning, she gets more confident and more confident and more confident. And a lot of these kids, don't get that opportunity, so they don't learn how to have that inner confidence drive.
Yeah. And then how to handle different setups, different ground conditions, different adversity. It's all a learning experience. And I think, you do have to go to get that experience. And then, your support around you has to be supportive and not destructive. And because things are not going to go your way most of the time. And I went people that are in Nebraska, Lisa Finley helped me one time with a horse. You probably know Lisa. And she said to me once, she goes, "Becky, you will probably have only one orgasm run a year." And I thought, "Oh shit, I had that the other day and I chipped third barrel." And she goes, "Oh no, you still got that orgasm coming."
And you're like, "Yeah." But then do you quit after it?
Exactly.
Sometimes, like, it's just, if the roll's going, you got to stay on it.
Yeah.
There is such a thing as momentum.
Yes.
And I think it's meant, confidence. But again, like, let's go back to Kylie. If she does bad, the next day she's fine.
Yeah.
Like, in that moment, she's, sad.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of things I tell a lot of parents or other kids is, you don't get to throw a fit, but if you miss or you fall off or your horse hits a barrel, if you don't come out of the arena a little sad or a little upset, it means you don't care.
Right.
So you should come out with that little bit of,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to say maybe anger, irritation, disappointment, frustration, because if you don't, you didn't care. Like you have to care. You just have to know how to control it.
Yeah.
So, you know, if it goes bad, come out and be like, but it's
Yeah.
right. And you can go back to the trailer and you can have your sad moment and all those things. Cause I feel like if you don't get that out, it'll just pent up. But you don't get to thump your horse, you don't get to blame somebody else.
Yeah.
Yes, the ground might be bad in the barrels. And you can say the ground was bad, and that's a reason. And as long as something's a reason, it's okay, but it can't be an excuse.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like if your mare doesn't get bred, I can say the reason was I bred her late, or I put extender and not semen, or something, but it can't be an excuse.
Right.
And I think people use excuses instead of a reason you can fix and you can build upon, but you can't. An excuse does no good, and jealousy does no good.
Yeah.
And we all get jealous, but it's how you handle it.
Yeah. So are you guys okay with talking about the target that was on her back at Nationals?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I would love to talk about the target.
So
love.
Jealousy and
without saying names.
And there was a big target on
and we didn't know.
No.
Like I had no clue. And so for those of you who don't know, after Nationals, we heard people, lots of people were saying that Kieley cheated. They were saying that Jim pulled the barrier. No way could she have roped that fast. And apparently it was going on after the first round. But
yeah,
we didn't know.
No, yeah.
And it's truly stems from, and I'm gonna be honest, ignorance and jealousy. Like a lot of people, if you don't understand how a system works, so there was a photo. It was taken by the photographer, and granted, the same photo is taken of everybody, but when they went and looked at the photos, it shows the neck rope is still on the calf and the barrier has released, like this far. So people obviously said, well, they must have pulled that because the neck rope hasn't broke. So if you don't understand how something works, I don't understand your physical therapy. If you told me, well, that's wrong, I would probably believe you, but people who don't know, the neck rope, the pulley system comes back, and when the neck rope gets tight, it runs to the pulley and it pulls the pin, which then lets the barrier break. And then after it pulls the pin, sometimes it's a chain link, sometimes it's a knot, tape knot, rope knot. But so after the barrier is released, it pulls like sometimes this much, sometimes that much further. And then it hits the stopper, which then breaks the neck rope. So the barrier always releases before the neck rope. And the barrier is also on an extremely strong bungee system, so it breaks fast. And the neck rope has no bungee, so I want to say breaks slow. And so that's what I think they were doing their basis on. And I went and I bought. They were also using a screenshot, which I'm so against people doing horrible things to photographers, and it is illegal to screenshot with copyright, but I bought the photos of every other girl, not every girl, 3 other girls, and even looked at some from other states. It's the exact same photo because that's how a barrier system works. But because they didn't know, they were saying that. And it spread, and it spread so fast. And like, it was sad because they took something away from my child. And they took it without proof. They took it, the judges, there's PRCA judges there. Afterwards, we spoke with, we knew it didn't happen, obviously. But, the guy who pulled the barrier every day, I met him at Nationals, and he recognized Kieley, and he's like, it's kind of ironic that I'm the one who pulled the barrier. Like, it was like a funny joke, But, the guy who opened the chute every time, the judges, all of them are like, what a bunch of bullshit. And in the way we chose to handle it was like, we defended us when we talked to people. We didn't go public. I didn't post pictures. I didn't post videos because to do so would have hurt somebody else's kid.
Yeah.
Like the other kids did not cheat. But if I
Mhm.
would have posted their pictures, it would have belittled them. It would have belittled their parents.
Mhm.
And, you know, I will not hurt somebody else's kid.
Yeah.
And the fact that somebody was childish enough to hurt a kid is wrong.
Mhm.
Like, it's very hurtful. We all get jealous. Like, I was thinking about that before you came because I knew you'd ask me.
Mhm.
And I'm like super good friends, Lisa Locker. We've been friends since, I don't know, like forever and ever and ever.
Mhm.
And I get jealous of her in a good way though, because like
Right.
she does good. And I'm like, oh, I wish I could be that person. And
Yeah.
she's so motivated and she's so positive and truly, like I say things she's told me when my kids were little. It's
Mhm.
like when I feel like I'm tired, I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, Lisa keeps going.
Yeah.
So I do have that
You
jealousy.
admire her.
I admire her
Mhm.
but I don't use that to create problems.
Right.
And there are so many kids who could have won and they
Mhm.
just didn't,
Mhm. Mhm.
and Kieley just the setup was fast,
Mhm.
and her horse breaks the pin and her calf goes right. I mean, like
Mhm.
there's nothing faster than that. And when I used to
Right.
rodeo too, that was the money shot. I love the crossover shot.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was very hurtful. And Kieley, when she heard her exact words, like broke my heart because she said, I feel bad for my dad.
Oh, yeah.
Like she felt
Oh,
bad because people were saying things about her
that
dad.
he was, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
and I feel like it's in the back of her head and she says it doesn't bother her.
Mhm.
And she says, those people don't matter. And I know they don't,
Mhm.
but it's still there,
Yeah,
and I hate that it was all that excitement was taken from her,
yeah.
and, like we were in Vegas at some of those ropens and I had strangers, like parents walk up, but they
Mhm.
were nice. See, they'd say,
Mhm.
I'm just letting you know we heard
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
we know it was not true.
Yeah.
Like, so we had lots of people defending us,
Mhm.
but the people that you thought were your friends turn.
Yeah.
And you have to, that's a hard reality.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It is
It
very
a
hard.
stab in the heart
It
and
is.
yeah. Yeah, people that
People who, you know, I would never hurt somebody's kid. I
Mhm.
have fought for so many kids in my life,
Yeah. Yeah.
and if I hated you, I would never hurt your daughter,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
and I think that's
Unfortunately, not everybody
a
feels that
very
way.
hard thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
and even with all the things she's accomplished lately or in the
Mhm.
last year, there's still those few people who just can't admit they were wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, because
And
so she roped 1-9 in the first,
and
197 in the first round.
195 and
195.
2.2.
Yeah. And she has done that so many
Oh,
times since. And every time she does, I'm like, yeah, take that.
yeah, me too. I'm sorry. And like it's physics,
Mhm.
like I've
Mhm.
seen kids throw that fast.
Mhm.
But if that calf's not leaving you, like I said, the calf that went right,
Right.
that was the fly bother me.
Yeah.
It was so much faster.
Mhm.
If you watch the videos, Bella breaks so hard and
Mhm.
to the pin.
Mhm.
And that makes a difference too, because when she breaks this much closer to a pin than another
Mhm.
horse,
Mhm.
she can get out better.
Right.
And like at
Right.
one of the high school rodeos, actually Bella broke so hard to the pin that she caught her foot on the edge of the chute. We were there
Mhm.
and like almost went down. Like she had marks on her boot, 'cause
Yeah.
she just breaks so hard and so
Yeah.
flat. And then when that crossover, it's just, and
Just
if you
so
throw
fast.
a coil faster than everybody else, it's just there.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Physics,
Yeah.
physics and science don't lie. It's just,
Yeah. Well, I feel like you and Jim handled that situation way better than I would have.
it was very,
Yeah.
it still is very hard.
Yeah.
Like this is the first time it's been publicly.
Yeah.
I've never posted.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Point of view.
I did one Facebook post
Mhm.
where I shared one of the videos that people were saying as it to show
Mhm.
that it
Mhm.
wasn't,
Yeah.
but I didn't say anything about it,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it would have been really easy.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm like, this is not who we are.
Right. Right.
Like I admit I wanted to be the person who just,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's not who we are, and it's not who Kieley is, and it's
Mhm.
not who Kinsey is. And
Mhm.
like I feel like if anything, it just made her strong. It made her stronger. As horrible and hurtful as it is,
Yeah.
it made her stronger.
Yeah.
Like, so in a way, I maybe should walk up to those people and say thank you
Yeah.
because they made my daughter stronger
Yeah.
and they made me stronger. The
Well,
old me,
yeah.
the old me 4 years ago even was not this strong.
Strong.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of made me just learn.
Getting her ready for that target that's going to be on her back when
Mhm.
she is in Las Vegas roping at the national finals breakaway.
Yeah, and if that's what she wants to do, you know,
If that's what she wants to
and
do.
if she doesn't want to,
Mhm.
then
That's okay.
I'll steal her horse back.
And mom will go.
Yeah. You know, but
Yeah.
it's really hard. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's hard to see and like how I feel bad for the kids because I truly think they're being taught the wrong things.
Mhm.
Because like how is the kid supposed to go on and learn to be competitive and deal with things if they've already been taught that they can blame something else?
Right. Well,
You
there's
know.
an old saying, how do you feel better about yourself? Do you knock everybody down around you or do you build everybody up
Right.
around you? And I feel like they were trying to knock everybody else down around them to make themselves feel better
Right.
instead of building their teammates up.
I think, yeah. And instead of just saying, look, we didn't do good because
Yeah.
how many times has Kylie not done good? And if she makes nationals this year, she might miss everyone.
Right.
And the girl who wins it will deserve it.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
And I truly believe in karma. Good karma, bad karma.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I don't think there's such thing as revenge. I don't think God works that way.
Right.
But I feel like if you're a good person, you might go through a lot of bad, but you will stay a good person. And if you do things that you shouldn't, I think it's really hard to overcome the inner feelings. You know,
I agree.
I just
because you know what you've done. If you do bad things, you know what you've done.
right.
And God knows what you've done.
And it makes it easy to always be the person who makes excuses for why you didn't win instead of I didn't win because I didn't do good.
Right.
What do I need to do to be better?
Right.
You know, and you don't have to be the most talented person to win.
Right. Right.
You just have to be the one who tries the hardest.
Yeah.
And luck. You
and
have to have luck.
Opportunity, when you have your preparation in place, you have done your homework, you've done your hard work, you draw that great calf, when everything
It's got to come together.
Yeah, it all has to come together.
It
doesn't always come together.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Kylie's last calf at Corpus, because she made it to the semifinal round. And then from there, out of that group, the top three went on to the final round, and she did not make the top three. But the top three, that was a lot of money there. But she got out great. Her calf ran harder and she reached. I truly don't think she could have been faster. Maybe a 10th here or there, but she did not have the draw to make the top three.
Sure. Yeah.
It wasn't that she was late. It wasn't that she
did the best she could on what she drew.
Exactly. Yeah. And so instead of winning 60,000, she won 11,000. Which is still, yeah. But and at nationals, it all came together. And I think it came together for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like Kylie says, this was my stepping stone that lit a fire.
Yep. Good for her.
It did.
Yeah.
It lit a fire under everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. Well, and I think it was very unfortunate, but kudos to you guys for handling it professionally and using it to get stronger.
Yeah.
Versus
it was really hard.
Yeah.
If I don't kind of make the smart aleck jokes, then I get emotional.
Yeah.
So it's easier for me to kind of make the little wisecracks, but nobody wants to see their kid hurt.
No.
Nobody.
No.
And most people don't want to hurt somebody else's kid either, but the sad reality is the world's not perfect.
Yeah.
And you have to get through, I don't know, you gotta get through a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of shows you, I don't know. I feel like there needs to be some judgment.
Yeah.
And I think of how amazing the world could be.
Oh yeah.
Like it really could, and the support system and we have some great supportive friends and and we get to go to Arizona and again, not everybody gets the opportunity.
Yeah.
But like one of our good friends are the Wellses and their daughter Remy. you know, she did not make nationals last year, but she's in
Mhm.
Arizona and that girl works and she was
Mhm.
good.
Mhm.
And right now she's got herself set up for it.
Mhm.
And
Cool.
truly, if she beats out Kieley, I guarantee Kieley will go up and give her a hug and be happy for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I mean, like nobody works harder than her,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
so that's how it's supposed to be.
Yes.
You know, like
Exactly.
I truly hope that girl goes and wins it all.
Mhm.
I mean, I want mine too, but if
Right.
mine doesn't,
You hope that she does. Yeah.
yes, because I've seen the dedication and
Yeah.
the effort and yeah,
Yeah.
and they're good people. And I think good people need to, I don't know. I think
Yeah.
I just think the world works like that.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree.
Mhm.